So back on popular demand with this Oneplus Nord 2 retail unit, as I got a lot of comments about the same. And you all wanted to know how good or bad this one is, considering the fact that this is from the all new Oppo-fied OnePlus. So don't worry, we'll be covering everything you want to know in the next few videos. So let's see what new changes do we get with this new hardware and software. And it's time to quickly jump into the unboxing of this Nord 2. And before we proceed further, a tap on that subscribe button will really help the channel out. So I had to purchase this higher end variant, and you guys can use the exchange as well as card offers too. And I leave the link to buy this device in the description area, so feel free to use it in case you're buying this device. Well, this one has 8GB of RAM along with 128GB of storage, and the base variant, like always, did not come in stock, which is something I just don't like. So you can wait some time just in case you are interested in that, and the MRP on box here is around 30k or so. Anyways, opening the box, and first up we have the device itself in this grey Sierra color. So let's keep it aside for now and let's keep digging. Next up we have the smaller box, and that has the case. So a normal TPU case like what we got with the Nord 1, and it's enough to protect the device from drops and scratches. So that's alright. After that we have some paperwork, a red cable club card and some user manuals that you will never ever read, of course. Next up we have the Warp Charge 65 adapter, and this one looks just like the Warp Charge 30 adapter, as this one also has USB type A to C instead of type C to C that we see with the OnePlus 8T. So the quality of cable is also decent and looks similar to what we had with the OnePlus Nord. So that has also aged well till now, and I feel the same for this one. Okay, nothing else apart from this, and now it's time to get into the device. Well, this grey color surely looks better than the glossy blue or grey that we had with the last Nord. Also, I like the fact that it has matte finish and is able to resist all the fingerprints and smudges quite well. So this one will not get really dirty quickly, and the back here is made of glass, but the frame here is still plastic, and ideally that should have been metal, as it gives more premium vibe and looks better in the long run. The in-hand feel is good, and the weight balance also feels fine for a device of this size. Starting up the device quickly, and as you are all aware, this device has the new OxygenOS 11.3, which is essentially a mix of ColorOS and OxygenOS, and that can be seen in this setup as well, as there are minor changes here and there, which isn't a bad thing, but I like the older OxygenOS as a UI skin better. So this is what the home screen looks like, and we have the new live wallpapers here too. Also, there is still no bloatware as such, and these are the pre-installed apps that you get with this device, and that is something I always appreciate in a OnePlus device. The display here is a 6.4-inch Full HD panel with HDR10 certification, and you do get a screen protector pre-applied on this one. But a thing I observed about this panel is with the brightness, and the peak brightness it has seems a little less to me. I tried using this outdoors, and my Pixel 4a was brighter than this one. And even indoors I compared it with the OnePlus Nord, and that has a brighter display than this one. So that's a weird thing I observed, but I did not see any sort of tint on this one as compared to the green and purple one that we had with the Nord. So the display is fine and seems nice as of now, but it is not the brightest at this price point. We don't get a headphone jack with this one, but we do get an alert slider that works nicely and is one of my favorite things on a OnePlus device. Coming to the internal specs, and this one has a Dimensity 1200 SoC from MediaTek, and they have also added AI to it, and that basically means some software tweaks here and there. But I wanted to compare this with other Dimensity 1200 powered phones, which I do not have, but some other YouTubers did, and this one scores a bit lesser than Realme X7 Max for instance on AnTuTu, which is very odd, and maybe they have downclocked it somewhat, or maybe it's due to that throttling. So let's see how well this one does in day-to-day life, and as of now, I found no issues or lag of any sort. On Geekbench, the device scores 807 in single core and 2750 in the multi-core score, which is of course higher than the last Nord. So on paper, better performance can be expected from this one. And let's see how well this one does with Bgmi and other games. But a surprising thing is that Bgmi doesn't even have 90 FPS option on this one as of now. which is so odd, and ideally this processor should perform nicely with everything that is thrown at it, but the time will tell how well it will age. Coming to the camera part now, and here things have changed a lot. First up we have this Sony IMX766 sensor, which on paper is a big upgrade from IMX586 on the Oneplus Nord. After that we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel monochrome sensor, which is as usual useless. Also, the camera app from OS is now gone, so may it rest in peace. So now we have this application from ColorOS or Realme UI, and like it or not, we'll have to get used to it as we got to the older application. Now if we see the image samples from this device, it actually does better than the Nord one, and that can be seen in the sample images on your screen. The back camera does have a decent bokeh, and because of this new sensor, the images look decent, and as it also has OIS, that does help in avoiding shaky images. So here are some quick samples that I took with this one. So if you guys need an in-depth comparison with the Oneplus Nord, do let me know in the comment section down below. Now coming to the front facing camera, and here too I see a lot of improvement as compared to the Nord one. So the images here have a better color accuracy, and that exposure issue is also fixed. Though I do feel the details in artificial lighting could have been a bit better for this price. But for what it's worth, the images do look somewhat better than Nord one. Talking about the software part now, and this OnePlus Nord is running on OS 11.3 based on Android 11, which is now merged with ColorOS behind the scenes, but not so much, and the changes are visible in overall UI as well. Like the settings app has this new UI from ColorOS, and the permissions pop-ups have changed too. Something similar with the camera application and internal things like fingerprint scanner animations, and all of this have brought it closer to ColorOS than ever before. And I hope they just don't keep on changing things slowly like we can see with this new version. So fingers crossed for that, and we'll have to see how the updates do on this one, because the last Nord has suffered a lot because of buggy updates. Rest, we have good things like the Warp Charge 65 and dual stereo speakers are a nice add-on. Though that front facing speaker isn't that loud, but it is still appreciated and a welcome change. So let's see after some time how well this one does, and if you have any specific queries, just let me know in the comment section down below. So that's it for now, and these were my initial impressions with the OnePlus Nord 2. So if you do end up liking this video, press that subscribe button if you haven't already, and do hit that like button while you're at it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.